Many of you already know me. You know that I was a crack cocaine addict along with many other addictions. And you also know that by the grace of God that I overcame my addiction to drugs on January 16, 2009. You also know that I founded the Lindell Recovery Network to help others overcome their addictions. You know that I founded the amazing, successful company, MyPillow. You know that MyPillow and myself have spent millions providing aid to hurricane victims, flood victims, fire victims, struggling inner cities, and of course those struggling with drug addiction. I was the media darling. They'd say, Mike, how many former addicts are you hiring? How many veterans are you hiring? And they would say, wow, your company, you're the American dream on steroids. And then in the summer of 2016, I met Donald Trump on August 15, 2016 in a divine appointment. He reached out to me to discuss how, MyPillow, how is it making all your products here in the USA? And from that point on, the media turned on me. Of course, you all know the story. They've attacked me ever since. You also know that on February 18, 2017, I gave my life to Jesus Christ. I had a few months later, I went on to lead over 50,000 people in prayer at US Bank Stadium. I thought that was going to be my only calling, leading people to Jesus Christ. I had never voted. I didn't think politics mattered. Then along came the 2020 election. And you all know that I have been relentless in making people aware of the fraud in our elections. You know that others have used lawfare to tear me down because of my efforts. Our own federal government under Joe Biden launched Operation Arctic Frost to target me and others who wanted to secure our elections. They tried to take away my voice. They targeted my banks. They targeted my suppliers. They even took my phone, and I run my entire business enterprise off my phone. They didn't just attack me, they also went after my employee-owned company, MyPillow. Well, it didn't work. I'm still standing, MyPillow is still standing, and now I want you to know that I will stand for you as the next governor of the state of Minnesota. I will stand for you against the rampant fraud under Governor Walz. I will stand with you against the crime that threatens the safety of you and your families. I will stand for you against government-sponsored theft of your livelihood via exploding property taxes, excessive fees, and unfair sales tax. I'll stand for you against unnecessary regulations that strangle the entrepreneurial spirit. I will stand for businesses of all sizes, small, medium, large, doesn't matter. We need to defend those who provide our citizens with the jobs that they need so we can, in turn, take care of our families. I will stand for those of you that are struggling with addiction. I will stand for you by making Minnesota's education system one of the best in the nation. I am not alone in standing for you. I've never been alone. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, has been standing beside me all the way. Through the good times and the bad, he's never let me down. And with God's grace, I will never let you down either. Those who know me, they know I'm up to the task. I've had my finger on my pulse of my business operations, and we've all heard of the rampant fraud that occurred on the watch of Tim Walz. Either he was grossly negligent, incompetent, or complicit with the fraud. The governor is the chief executive of the state. He is responsible for the integrity of government operations under his authority. Everyone who knows me knows that I micromanage and macromanage my companies. I work tirelessly in making sure that we remove blocks and achieve our objectives. What does Tim Walz know about the operation of Minnesota's government programs? We know that over $1 billion in fraud under his watch has already been found. Whistleblowers from within Minnesota indicate that that fraud may reach as high as $8 billion. The entire fiscal year of Minnesota's budget in 2025 is $59 billion. The price of our state government has been inflated due to this fraud. This means that families are paying too much for government. Families have been taken advantage of, and others have not been taken care of. This means that businesses are drained of all the financial resources they need to hire new employees, to invest in new products, and to modernize existing operations. When it was leaked to the media that I was filing to run for governor of Minnesota, right here, that leak, The media pundits were quick to make comments like, what does Mike know about being a politician? Let me be clear, I don't want to be like a politician. It's professional politicians that have gotten us into all this trouble. Over the last 5 years, I've traveled all across this country to speak with politicians about election fraud. I've come to the conclusion that the vast majority of politicians are not concerned with our best interests. They're concerned with special interests, including their own self-interest. Many have hidden agendas that don't help any of us, and usually they're evil agendas. I want to be a leader, not a politician. I want to solve problems, not create problems. This is what I do. I solve problems. That's what I've always done. I've lived the American dream on steroids, solving one problem after another on the path to success. The role of government is to secure the rights of the governed. As a citizen and a business leader, I've already been working towards that end. I've been working to secure our voice at the voting booth against powerful enemies. These enemies don't care what you have to say. I do. They want to silence our voices. I put everything on the line to preserve it. As the next governor of Minnesota, I will stand for your rights. Together, we will restore respect for law and order. If you are here illegally, now's the time to leave, or you're going to be sent back where you came from. If you're stealing from Minnesota taxpayers, you need to be put in prison. If you're committed to increasing the tax burden on Minnesotans, you need to find a different line of work. We need to stop the explosion of property taxes. We need to stop excessive fees. We need to stop penalizing the brick and mortar businesses that provide jobs for our families. We need to ensure that our parents and teachers are empowered with the ability to choose the best education options for our kids. In short, we need to make government more about your needs and about your quality of life rather than the needs of those who crave the power to tell us how to live our lives. This means that you need a voice. They've tried to take away my voice. They tried to take away your voice. We can't let this happen again. That's why I'm standing for you. I'm standing for all of our God-given rights. The right to life, the right to liberty, the right to pursue happiness. The purpose of government is to secure these rights. Governor Walz and his supporters have instead been stealing these rights. This fraud needs to end now. If you will stand with me as the next governor of Minnesota, our future will be amazing.